Welcome back to Study English Online, the podcast where you learn real English by listening to real conversations. I'm Maya.
And I'm Ryan. Today's episode is for that Monday morning moment when someone asks, "How was your weekend?" and your brain goes empty.
Like a white screen. Loading, error.
Exactly. You had a weekend. You were alive for 2 full days. But when you need to talk about it, suddenly you remember nothing.
And then you answer with the safest sentence in human history. It was okay.
It was okay is the cousin of I'm fine. It ends conversations politely, but it tells people nothing.
But today, we're going to fix that. Not with perfect English, not with fancy words, just with a long, natural conversation that shows you how to talk about your weekend like a real person.
And we're also 2 different types of weekend people.
Very different. I'm the reset weekend person. Quiet, tidy, slow.
And I'm the collect stories weekend person. I like plans, people, random moments, and going out.
Your weekends look like a highlight reel.
And yours looks like a peaceful documentary. A woman makes tea and feels emotionally stable.
That is accurate. And honestly, both are good, because the goal isn't to have the most exciting weekend.
It's to be able to talk about whatever weekend you had.
Exactly. So we'll do a full conversation first, and near the end, we'll slow down and explain useful words and phrases. Simple meanings, simple examples.
Also, this is for intermediate learners, but if you're lower level, don't panic, just listen twice.
Okay, deep breath. Imagine someone at work or school says, "So, how was your weekend?"
Hold that moment. Now let's practice. I'll start because my weekend was, honestly, kind of chaotic.
I'm shocked. Truly.
Okay, listen. My Saturday started normal, like very normal. I woke up and told myself, today I will be productive.
When you say productive, you mean you wanted to do useful things. Cleaning, errands, work, that type of thing.
Yes, but my productivity lasted maybe 40 minutes.
That's still something.
I made coffee, I opened my laptop, and I was ready to be responsible. Then I got a message from my friend Leo.
The weekend trouble starter.
Exactly. He texted, "Quick question, are you free today?" And I should have said no.
But you didn't.
I said, "Yeah, why?" And he said, "There's a street market today. Food, music, little shops. Just come for 1 hour."
Just 1 hour is always a lie.
It's always a lie. But I believed him. I was like, okay, fine, 1 hour. I'll go, I'll walk around, I'll come back.
You even had a plan.
I had a plan. So I went, and at first it was actually nice.
Describe it. This is good speaking practice. Details.
Okay, it was outdoors, lots of small stands. Some people were selling handmade jewelry, candles, paintings, and the food smell was everywhere. Grilled meat, spices, sweet pastries.
That already sounds more interesting than it was okay.
Right? And we walked slowly, just looking around. Then Leo said, "Let's try that new spicy chicken sandwich."
Here it comes.
We tried it. It was great. Crispy, hot, messy. My fingers were covered in sauce. Then we saw a small stage with live music.
What kind of music?
Like acoustic indie music. A guy with a guitar, a girl singing. Very chill. People were standing there nodding like, yes, I understand art.
Did you nod too?
Of course. I'm a professional weekend nodder. Anyway, after the music, we ran into another friend, Sana.
And the 1 hour officially died.
Dead. Sana joined us, and suddenly the plan changed. She said, after this, we should go to that bookstore cafe nearby.
Bookstore cafe is dangerous for you. You love buying books you don't read.
I love buying the idea of reading books.
Same. Keep going.
So we went to the bookstore cafe. It was cozy, wooden tables, warm lights, and that smell of paper and coffee.
That smell is happiness.
We sat down and the conversation got deep. You know when you start with small talk, then suddenly you're talking about life choices.
Yes, 1 minute, how's work? Next minute, do you think people can really change?
Exactly. And I was enjoying it, but then Leah looked at me and said, "Are you hungry again?"
Again?
I know. And I said, "Not really." And he said, "Okay, but there's this ramen place. We can go early, no line."
Wow, your weekend was sponsored by food.
Basically. So we went, and the ramen was amazing.
Tell the listener what you can say about food in simple English.
Okay, the broth was rich. The noodles were soft, but not too soft. The egg was perfect, and it warmed me up.
Nice. Rich broth is a strong phrase.
Thank you. But here's where it became chaotic. After ramen, Sana said, "Let's walk to the river."
A river walk is nice.
It was nice. The sky was turning orange, people were taking photos, couples were walking slowly. It looked like a movie.
See, you're collecting moments.
Yes, but my energy was dropping, like my social battery was at 15%.
Social battery is such a useful phrase.
It is. And then Leo said, "Tonight there's a board game night at my place."
Oh no.
And I wanted to say, "I'm tired," but I said, "Sure."
Why?
Because in the moment, I'm optimistic. I think I'm a superhero.
And then later, your body sends you an email. We are not a superhero.
Exactly. So we went to board game night. At first it was fun. We played this game where you have to guess a word, but you can only give one-word clues.
That's actually great English practice, too.
Yes, and everyone was yelling and laughing. But after 1 hour, I was done.
Done like finished, emotionally.
Finished. I started smiling less. My brain slowed down. Someone explained rules, and I was like, I hear sounds, but I do not understand language.
That's when you know you need to go home.
Yes. I left around 11, got home, and I felt that special kind of tired. Not just sleepy, but like my entire personality needed to recharge.
That's a good way to explain it. My personality needed to recharge.
So Sunday was recovery. I woke up late, didn't check my phone, stayed in bed too long.
Did you feel guilty?
A little. I kept thinking, I should clean, I should do laundry, but I couldn't move.
Okay, so your weekend was fun, but exhausting.
Exactly. Now your turn. What did the reset weekend look like?
Mine was calm, but not boring. I'm learning to stop calling calm weekends boring.
That's important.
Saturday morning, I did something I love. I went to a quiet cafe alone.
Alone cafe time is elite.
Yes, I brought a notebook, not to be dramatic, but to clear my head. I wrote down small goals for the week.
Like a weekly plan.
Exactly. Nothing big. Just buy groceries, call my mom, finish one lesson, sleep earlier.
That sounds healthy.
Then I did something very adult. I cleaned my apartment.
Respect.
I put on music, opened the windows, and cleaned slowly. Not angry cleaning, peaceful cleaning.
There are two types, angry cleaning and peaceful cleaning.
True. Then, in the afternoon, I went to the supermarket and bought ingredients for a simple dinner.
What did you make?
Pasta with vegetables and chicken. Nothing fancy, but it felt comforting.
Comforting is a good word. It means it makes you feel safe, relaxed.
Exactly. And Saturday night, I stayed in. I watched a series, just 2 episodes, and I made tea.
Sounds like your home was a spa.
Kind of. But on Sunday, I had my life admin day.
Life admin is such a real phrase, like paperwork, planning, those annoying tasks.
Yes, I did laundry, prepared clothes for the week, cleaned my bag, and organized my desk.
That's the kind of thing that makes Monday easier.
Exactly. And here's the funny part. I also had a social moment, but a small one.
Oh? Plot twist.
I had my neighbor invite me for a short tea in the building garden, just 30 minutes, and I said yes.
Look at you being spontaneous.
Calm down. It was controlled spontaneity.
What did you talk about?
Very normal things. Weather, food, work. But it was nice because it was simple and friendly.
That's actually realistic weekend talk. Not everyone has a big story. Sometimes it's I drank tea with my neighbor.
Exactly, and it's enough. You don't need fireworks.
So basically, your weekend gave you energy. My weekend stole my energy.
Not stole, you spent it.
True, I spent it on ramen and board games.
Worth it, maybe.
Worth it, but I need balance, because Monday morning I was half alive.
This is where we can help listeners. If someone asks, "How was your weekend?" you can answer in layers.
Layers?
Yes, first one simple sentence, then one detail, then one feeling.
Okay, give an example from my weekend.
Simple sentence, it was busy but fun. Detail, I went to a street market and tried ramen. Feeling, by Sunday I was exhausted, so I stayed in and recharged.
That's good. That sounds natural.
Exactly. Now your weekend. Give your 3 layers.
Okay, simple sentence, it was quiet and productive. Detail, I cleaned my apartment and planned my week at a cafe. Feeling, I felt ready for Monday.
Perfect. And notice, this is normal English. Not fancy, but it's clear.
Also, people love details. If you say, it was fine, there's nothing to react to.
But if you say, I tried a spicy chicken sandwich and it destroyed me, people respond.
They'll be like, destroyed you how? And then the conversation continues.
Exactly. Okay, I want to ask you something. Do you ever feel pressure to have a good weekend?
Yes, especially when people at work talk like their life is a travel vlog. Oh yeah, I went hiking, I ran a marathon, I visited my friend in another country.
And you're like, I slept and watched videos.
Exactly. But I'm learning that a good weekend is not always exciting. Sometimes it's just what you needed.
That is the message. Your weekend should serve your life, not impress other people.
Okay, wow, that got deep.
Sorry, I'm the notebook person.
It's okay, I like it. So what would you say is one small win from your weekend?
Honestly, cleaning my desk. My brain feels less noisy when my space is clean.
I get that. My small win is I left the board game night before I completely crashed.
That's a win. That's boundaries.
Yes, growth. Okay, now I have a challenge for you.
I don't like your tone.
Next weekend, you come with me to something small. Not crazy, not 5 locations, one place.
One place?
Yes, like a morning market or a short walk or a small coffee shop in a new area.
And after that, I can come home?
Immediately, you can run back to your blanket kingdom.
I might say yes, but I need details.
Wow, you're negotiating like a lawyer.
I need to protect my peace.
Okay, plan. Saturday morning, 10:30. 1 coffee, 1 walk, 1 snack. Done by 12.
That actually sounds acceptable.
Acceptable is basically yes in your language.
It's a maybe yes.
I'll take it. Okay, before we finish, let's do our slow English part. Useful phrases from today.
Yes. Listener, you don't need to write. Just listen and repeat if you want.
Phrase 1. My brain went blank.
Meaning you suddenly can't think. Example, she asked me a question and my brain went blank.
Phrase 2. Social battery.
Meaning your energy for socializing. Example, my social battery was low, so I went home early.
Phrase 3. I needed to recharge.
Meaning you needed rest to get energy back. Example, after a busy week, I stayed home to recharge.
Phrase 4. It started normal and then it changed.
Great storytelling line. Example, it started as a quick lunch and then we ended up at the beach.
Phrase 5. Nothing fancy, but it was nice.
Meaning simple but good. Example, we ate sandwiches. Nothing fancy, but it was nice.
Phrase 6. A small win.
Meaning a small success. Example, my small win this weekend was finishing my homework.
And finally, in layers.
Meaning step by step, adding more information. Example, answer in layers. 1 sentence, 1 detail, 1 feeling.
Okay, that's a lot of English from one weekend.
And remember, you don't need an exciting weekend to speak good English.
You just need a real detail, one real moment, one honest feeling.
Thanks for listening to Study English Online.
If you want, write in the comments, are you a reset weekend person or a collect stories person?
See you next time.
Bye.